awfulize? Just turn on the news and listen. Open up any social media platform and see what is trending. Talk with a neighbor or a family member. It seems that everyone is awfulizing these days. It doesn't even matter what we're talking about. Awfulizing is when people make the situation much worse by imagining the worst case scenario and treating it as if it is the reality. And we need to stop. Now, that doesn't mean we need to put on our sunshine and rainbows, ignore everything that's happening across the world right now. It does mean that we need to stop making it worse and deal with the reality of what is happening. I know that at work, this happens quite a lot. People are worried that they're never going to get back to the workplace. They're convinced that their company will go bankrupt and they'll be kicked to the curb. They're worried about losing their house, their family, their everything. And I hear a lot about how we'll never see normal again. And people do imagine what the new normal will look like. And for many people, it's pretty bleak. I don't want to be that person. And I'm guessing that you don't either. So here are 3 quick tips that are going to help you stop making things worse than they really are. Number 1, stay calm. We need to respond, not react. And when we hear that something is being awfulized, is that a word? When something's being awfulized, we tend to react emotionally, and those reactions are not always rational. We need to force ourselves to take a deep breath, stay calm before we say or do anything. We need to keep ourselves calm and not be emotional. The second thing we need to do to make sure that we're not awfulizing is focus on the right now rather than the future. Stop yourself from forecasting what your future is going to look like with that little bit of information you just got. So for instance, some people are saying that they're never going to have a workplace to go back to and they'll be working from home until retirement. They aren't usually excited about the prospect of that and focus on all of the pitfalls of why working from home won't work. Don't worry about what's 5 years from now is going to look like. Don't even worry about what 5 months from now is going to look like in a situation like that. Do what you can do right now to make working from home good. And don't panic about what the future looks like right now. And the third tip is to stay away from absolute thinking. Absolute thinking is when we use words such as always and never. Those 2 words just paint us into a corner and we tend to react. And so we want to keep our language and our thinking and ourselves positive. Start paying attention to the things around you where they're being awfulized. Maybe it's the news, maybe it's social media, maybe it's family member or neighbor. Pay attention when you do that as well, and stay away from those situations where it's easy to fall into that stinking thinking and do that negativity and that awfulizing. Take control of the messages that you're hearing so you control how you feel, and stop awfulizing. Have a great week, everyone.